being here today. I'm Jim Barth. I'm from Beaverton, and I've read through a lot of HR 3200, and
quite a bill, isn't it?
it is quite a bill.
How many hours did you spend?
It was many hours over one weekend. One of the things that raises my level of concern with this bill is taking a look at words that are specifically chosen in the bill to include abortion. Family services planning, we know that is code word for abortion. We also see end-of-life planning, which, if you want to take that as a code word also, now I know you've addressed this in your earlier comments, that may be specific to your interpretation, that it doesn't include euthanasia, but I don't believe it's included in everyone's definitions. Also, when I look at what it proposes in the way of the public option, at 8% for an employer, they can dump their current insurance and only pay 8% of their payroll for that, which means a lot of employers will drop their employees and force them onto the public option. And we know by the comments of Barney Frank and our President Obama, that their desire is to move to a single-payer plan. That is very concerning. In addition, what we see is the bill lays out takeover of the entire healthcare system of our country and puts it in the hands of the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Are you willing to offer amendments that ensure euthanasia is not covered, that abortion is not covered, that the takeover of 100% of our health care does not happen? Will you offer amendments to ensure those things are covered and make sure that
if I should go back to my prior answers, because one of the things that we try to do is to get to new topics. But let me just very briefly say that there are no abortion services covered under the legislation. That the provision which Earl Blumenauer, I think, thoughtfully proposed to pay for services where people can plan for their health care is a very intelligent one, and it is good health care planning, and the allegations against it are totally groundless. There is a lot of bad information out there. Now there is a legitimate debate about how much of a role the government should have in healthcare. I happen to believe that there is a legitimate role, but that it's hardly a majority or nowhere near what you're concerned about. The health insurance market would not exist but for state and federal regulation. Because, you can't fault them for it, but insurance companies like to collect premiums, and if they can, of course no one in this room would do that, but if they can, if they can deny claims on the back end, they will. There are consumer protections in place in the various states, and somewhat at the federal level, that prevent insurance companies from doing that to some extent. We want to make that, I think that those protections should be made stronger. That is an appropriate regulatory role. It does not put that regulatory function in the category of either ownership or the prescription of practice methods. And I think it is important for us to return to this discussion time and again, because there is bad information out there. Sometimes it's just inaccurate, but there are also strong opponents of any change in the system, which, and some of those folks are making things up that don't have a foundation in the proposed statutes.
Read the bill. 319.